He feels it before any words are spoken, before explanations, before gestures, before intention has time to dress itself as effort. There is a shift, subtle, almost imperceptible, yet undeniable. Something in the air settles. Something inside him pauses. You walk into the space, and without knowing why, he breathes a little deeper. This is not charm, not performance, not strategy. This is regulation. This is a nervous system that has learned how to return to itself. For a long time, you were taught that connection begins with doing, speaking more clearly, explaining better, softening edges, adjusting your tone so that you would be understood. But there is a truth few talk about. The deepest communication happens long before language arrives. The body speaks first. Always. As Carl Jung said, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. And the first reaction happens in the nervous system. A regulated woman does not rush the moment. She does not leak urgency. She does not enter a room carrying emotional noise. Her presence has weight because it is grounded. Her silence is not absence, it is containment. And the masculine system feels this instantly. He doesn't think, she is calm. His body thinks, I am safe. Safety is not created by reassurance. It is transmitted through steadiness, through breath that is not shallow, through eyes that do not scan for approval, through a posture that does not apologize for existing. You may not realize it yet, but when your nervous system is regulated, you stop pulling energy from others, and that changes everything. You no longer ask the moment to hold you. You hold yourself, and this is where depth begins. Jung believed that what is unintegrated in us seeks completion through others. That is why chaos is drawn to chaos, and why anxious energy magnetizes instability. But when you are regulated, when your inner world is coherent, you become something rare, a stabilizing force. And men feel this before they can name it. Their voice softens, their movement slow, their need to impress dissolves. Because your calm does not invite performance, it invites presence. This is why some men suddenly become more careful with their words around you. Not tense, not afraid, aware. As if something sacred has entered the space. As if noise would be inappropriate here. A regulated nervous system does not demand depth. It creates it. And perhaps this is why, without trying, you have noticed something changing lately. Conversations linger. Eye contact lasts longer. Silences feel full instead of awkward. You are not doing more, you are settled more. This is not emotional distance. This is emotional maturity. And this is only the beginning. When your nervous system is regulated, you stop chasing resonance. You become it. And this is where the dynamic quietly reverses. Before, you may have felt the impulse to fill space, to respond quickly, to clarify, reassure, smooth over what felt uncertain. That impulse was not weakness, it was vigilance. A body trying to maintain connection by staying alert. But now, something has changed. You no longer lean forward emotionally. You arrive already centered. And this center is felt. In Jung's view, the psyche is always listening beneath consciousness. Long before a man decides how he feels about you, his body has already received the signal. Your calm tells him that chaos will not be rewarded here. That instability will not hook you. That presence is the only currency that works. This is why regulated women are often described as deep, even when they say very little. Depth is not created by disclosure. Depth is created by coherence. Your tone is even. Your pauses are unforced. Your reactions are proportionate, not exaggerated. And suddenly, he finds himself adjusting, not because you asked, but because his system wants to match yours. The masculine nervous system is biologically wired to orient toward stability. When it senses it, it slows down. It grounds. It listens. This is why he feels exposed around you without feeling threatened. You are not reading him. You are not probing. You are not pulling. You are available without being porous. Jung spoke often about projection, how we unconsciously place our unmet needs onto others. An unregulated presence invites projection. People pour into it, test it, overwhelm it. But a regulated presence interrupts this process. It reflects instead of absorbs. And this reflection is sobering. Around you, he becomes more honest, sometimes uncomfortably so. Not because you demand truth, but because your calm makes pretense feel loud. He cannot hide behind excess emotion or dramatic gestures. They don't land here. Your nervous system sets the standard before your boundaries ever need words. This is why calm women are often misunderstood as selective or elusive. Not because they withhold, but because they no longer respond to disorder. They do not mirror anxiety. They do not rush to stabilize what is not theirs to carry. And this does something profound. It invites a man to regulate himself if he wants access to you. Not consciously, not strategically, but instinctively. Because safety, real safety, is not excitement without ground. It is the felt sense that nothing needs to be managed in your presence. And when a man feels that, he doesn't want to impress you. He wants to arrive with you. This is the shift he feels before any words are spoken. And once it is felt, it cannot be unseen. There is something unmistakable about a woman whose inner world is not in crisis. She does not announce it. She does not defend it. It is simply there, like a steady rhythm beneath everything she does. And this is where his perception shifts from curiosity to respect. Because an unregulated presence asks silently, "Can you hold me? Can you lead me? Can you calm me?" But a regulated presence asks something very different. "Can you meet me here?" Most men have never been asked that question without words. In Jung's view, the psyche seeks balance through the encounter with the other. When a man meets a woman who is emotionally settled, his own inner imbalance becomes visible. Not judged, visible. And visibility is confronting. Your calm becomes a mirror he did not expect to look into. Around you, his nervous system no longer runs the show. He cannot escalate to gain control. He cannot withdraw to regain power. Neither tactic works, because you are not reacting from survival. You are responding from presence. This is why regulated women are often described as intimidating, though nothing about them is aggressive. What is intimidating is not strength, it is self-containment. The fact that you do not fracture under emotional pressure. You don't chase clarity. You don't force momentum. You don't confuse intensity with intimacy. And this forces a man to slow down enough to feel himself. Carl Jung said that people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. Your calm makes avoidance impossible. In your presence, he cannot drown discomfort in noise. He must sit with it. And paradoxically, this is what creates attraction. Not the superficial kind, but the kind rooted in depth. Because depth is born where distraction ends. You may notice that men begin to reveal things to you they don't usually talk about. Not because you extracted it, but because your nervous system gives permission for truth to surface. Your steadiness tells the unconscious, it is safe to come up here. And yet, you are not absorbing him. This is crucial. A regulated woman does not confuse empathy with self-abandonment. She listens without losing herself. She witnesses without merging. She allows emotion without becoming its container. This is where safety turns into polarity. He feels held, but not owned. Seen, but not analyzed. Accepted, but not indulged. And something ancient awakens in him. The desire to rise, not collapse. To become coherent, not chaotic. To bring his grounded self forward, because anything less feels out of place around you. This is not because you demand depth. It is because your nervous system already lives there. And when a man feels that, before any words are spoken, he knows. This is not a space for games. This is a space for truth. And the body never lies about that. What happens next is quiet, but decisive. Once a man feels safety in your presence, his nervous system begins to reorganize itself around you. Not in dependence, in orientation. He starts showing up differently. Not louder, not more dramatic, more real. This is because a regulated feminine presence does not reward emotional excess. It rewards congruence. And the masculine psyche, when it senses this, instinctively seeks alignment. He doesn't feel the urge to impress you with intensity or overwhelm you with effort. Those tactics feel clumsy here, out of place. So instead, he grounds. He listens longer than he speaks. He chooses his words more carefully. He becomes attentive without becoming performative. And this is where depth replaces tension. In Jung's view, true connection is not fusion, but relation, two whole psyches meeting without collapse. Your calm signals that you are whole, not closed, not guarded, but internally organized. And this is what allows polarity to exist without fear. You are not pulling him toward you. You are not holding space for him. You are holding space within yourself. That distinction is everything. Because when a woman carries her own emotional regulation, a man is freed from the unconscious role of stabilizer. He doesn't have to manage you, rescue you, or decode you. And in that freedom, something unexpected happens. Desire becomes cleaner, more focused, less anxious. He feels drawn without feeling responsible. Jung believed that attraction intensifies when projection falls away and reality remains. And your calm dissolves projection. He cannot imagine you into a fantasy role. He must meet you. This is why regulated women are often experienced as hard to forget, not because they gave more, but because the nervous system remembers coherence. It remembers how it felt to be in a space where nothing was demanded and nothing was chaotic. You may notice that men begin to circle you differently. They don't rush. They don't disappear and reappear impulsively. They test presence, not limits. Because on a somatic level, they understand access to you requires stability. And you don't need to state this boundary. Your body already has. Your pauses teach patience. Your calm teaches respect. Your groundedness teaches depth. This is not about being distant. It is about being anchored. And when a man senses that anchor before any words are spoken, something in him settles into recognition. He knows, even if he cannot explain it, that this is a place where superficiality won't survive. And from that knowing, a different kind of connection begins to form. At this stage, something subtle but irreversible occurs. He no longer experiences you as someone to figure out, but as someone to attune to. And attunement requires regulation. A calm presence does not chase connection, it sets a rhythm. And the nervous system, when it encounters rhythm, naturally synchronizes. This is why your steadiness slows his impulses. Why his usual patterns soften without resistance. Why urgency loses its grip. You are not controlling the dynamic. You are stabilizing it by being stable yourself. Jung spoke of the self as the organizing center of the psyche, the place where inner chaos resolves into meaning. When a woman is regulated, she embodies this principle somatically. She becomes an external reminder of inner order. And this is deeply compelling, not intoxicating. Compelling, because intoxication excites the nerves, but regulation calms them. And calm is where truth lives. In your presence, he does not feel the need to rush intimacy or delay it. Both impulses come from dysregulation. Instead, he stays. He notices. He listens inwardly as much as outwardly. Your calm creates a space where time feels different, slower, fuller, more intentional. This is why conversations with you often feel meaningful even when nothing extraordinary is said. Meaning is not in the content. It is in the state from which the content arises. You are not trying to be deep. You are being settled. And this settlement changes how he experiences himself. He becomes more accountable to his words, more aware of his inconsistencies, less interested in surface-level engagement. Not because you demand integrity, but because incoherence feels uncomfortable around you. A regulated nervous system does this naturally. It does not correct. It contrasts. And contrast awakens consciousness. Jung believed that transformation does not happen through force, but through encounter. You are that encounter. Not dramatic, not overwhelming, clear. And clarity is confronting in the most honest way. This is where many dynamics quietly resolve themselves. Men who cannot regulate will feel exposed and drift away, not rejected, revealed. And men who can regulate will step closer, not to possess you, but to meet you. You do not need to filter consciously. Your nervous system already does. And perhaps this is the most powerful part of all. You are no longer deciding who belongs through effort or explanation. You are allowing resonance to decide. Before words, before promises, before intention, the body knows. And when your presence feels like safety and depth, the right kind of connection recognizes you instantly. The way truth always recognizes truth. There is a moment when you realize you are no longer scanning for signals, no longer adjusting your tone, no longer preparing emotional explanations in advance. Your body has learned something essential. It is safe within itself. And this internal safety changes how you are perceived at the most primal level. A regulated nervous system does not broadcast need. It does not broadcast fear of loss. It does not broadcast urgency to be chosen. Instead, it emits something far more magnetic: sufficiency. Not indifference, not detachment, but fullness. In Jung's language, this is individuation made visible. The psyche no longer fragmented, no longer split between desire and fear, no longer seeking completion through another. And when a man encounters this, he does not feel invited to consume you. He feels invited to stand beside you. This is why your presence feels grounding even when nothing is happening. You are not waiting for the next moment to feel secure. You are not leaning on future reassurance. You are here, and presence is contagious. Men who enter your field feel their own internal noise more clearly. The constant background tension they live with becomes obvious in contrast to your calm. And while some will resist this awareness, others will welcome it because it offers relief. You become a place where the nervous system can rest without shutting down. This is safety with aliveness, not numbness, not withdrawal, but regulated vitality. Jung said that the unconscious is not just reactive, it is intelligent. It recognizes health when it encounters it. And a regulated woman is experienced as psychologically healthy at a level deeper than thought. This is why men often feel drawn to you even when they can't articulate why. They say things like, "I feel calm around you," or "being with you clears my head." What they are responding to is not your personality, it is your nervous system. And here is the most important part. You are no longer responsible for managing how this affects them. You are not here to heal. You are not here to regulate others. You are not here to carry emotional weight that is not yours. Your only task is to remain honest with your own state. And this honesty becomes your compass. You begin to trust your body's responses more than external signals. You notice when something disrupts your calm. You notice when a dynamic pulls you into vigilance. And instead of overriding yourself, you listen. This is maturity. And from this place, your presence becomes not just attractive, it becomes selective. Only those who can meet you in regulation can stay. Everyone else fades naturally, without conflict, without drama. Before any words are spoken, the shift has already occurred. And now, you are no longer waiting to be felt. You are felt immediately. There is a quiet authority that emerges when your nervous system no longer seeks permission. It is not dominance. It is not control. It is coherence. And coherence changes how a man relates to you at a level deeper than intention. He begins to feel that emotional shortcuts do not work here. That half-presence is noticeable. That inconsistency echoes louder in the silence you carry. You are not watching for it. Your body simply does not accommodate it anymore. This is where many dynamics either mature or dissolve. Jung wrote that neurosis is always a substitute for legitimate suffering. An unregulated connection avoids discomfort through drama, intensity, or avoidance. But your calm does not offer escape routes. It offers reality. And reality requires adulthood. Around you, he cannot hide behind charm. He cannot bypass depth with humor. He cannot maintain ambiguity without consequence. Not because you confront him, but because your presence does not metabolize confusion. You stay oriented to yourself. And this orientation subtly shifts the power dynamic. Not in a way that puts you above him, but in a way that removes unconscious leverage. You are no longer pulled by his moods, delays, or emotional weather. You feel them, but you are not governed by them. This is deeply disarming, because many men are used to emotional influence without responsibility. They are used to their uncertainty creating movement in others. But with you, uncertainty returns to its source. It lands back in his body. And this is where choice appears. He can regulate and meet you, or he can retreat from what asks him to be more conscious. Either way, you are not destabilized. This is the essence of depth, the ability to remain present without needing the moment to resolve a certain way. You don't need clarity immediately. You don't need reassurance preemptively. You don't need proof to stay centered. And that tells him something important. Connection with you is not fueled by fear of loss. It is sustained by mutual presence. Jung believed that true encounters alter both people, not by force, but by truth. Your regulated nervous system is a living truth. It says, without words, I am here, I am whole, and I will not abandon myself to be chosen. This is why men who meet you remember you differently, not as someone intense or dramatic or elusive, but as someone real, someone whose presence had gravity. And gravity does not chase. It draws. Before any words are spoken, before any decision is made, his body already knows. This is not a place to arrive fragmented. This is a place to arrive fully. At some point, you notice that you are no longer negotiating your inner state. You don't convince yourself to stay calm. You don't suppress reactions. You don't perform composure. Your calm is no longer something you do. It is something you are. And this is where your presence becomes unmistakable. A regulated nervous system does not collapse under uncertainty. It allows ambiguity without panic. It allows space without interpreting it as threat. And this ability, rare and deeply felt, changes how a man experiences closeness with you. He no longer feels chased by expectation. He no longer feels tested by silence. He no longer feels measured against imagined standards. Instead, he feels invited into reality. Jung believed that anxiety is the psyche's response to inner division. When a woman is internally divided, wanting connection but fearing loss, desiring closeness but bracing for abandonment, that tension is transmitted. But when that division resolves, when the inner yes and no align, the body rests, and others rest around it. This is why your calm feels honest, not controlled, not frozen, but integrated. You can feel desire without urgency. You can feel affection without attachment. You can feel interest without self-betrayal. And men sense this immediately. They sense that you are not using connection to regulate yourself, that you are not outsourcing stability, that you are choosing presence, not clinging to it. And this creates a different kind of intimacy, one that unfolds slowly, naturally, without pressure. Around you, he becomes more transparent, not because you asked him to be, but because your steadiness makes hiding unnecessary. Emotional games lose their purpose when there is nothing to provoke. And perhaps this is the most radical shift of all. You stop being reactive to potential loss. You are no longer trying to secure connection. You are allowing connection to reveal itself. This does not make you passive. It makes you discerning. You feel when something aligns and when it doesn't. You feel when energy flows and when it drains. And you trust those sensations without needing immediate explanation. Jung said that intuition is the perception of meaning. Your regulated nervous system sharpens intuition. It allows you to sense depth without digging for it, to recognize safety without testing it, to notice incompatibility without dramatizing it. And so, your presence becomes quiet proof of something profound, that love does not require nervousness to be alive. That attraction does not require chaos to be real. That depth does not require suffering to be earned. Before any words are spoken, before any future is imagined, the body already knows whether this space can hold truth. And yours can. By now, you no longer wonder why the shift happens so quickly, why he feels it instantly, why something changes before a single sentence is exchanged. Your nervous system has become a signal, not a signal of availability, not a signal of defense, a signal of truth. When a woman is regulated, she stops broadcasting unconscious invitations to be tested, chased, rescued, or overwhelmed. Her energy no longer asks, "Will you stay?" It quietly states, "I am here." And that distinction alters the entire emotional field. Jung believed that the psyche organizes itself around what is real. And reality, when encountered, rearranges everything else. Your calm is not neutral, it is organizing. It tells the space what belongs and what is not. This is why emotional confusion does not linger around you. Why mixed signals feel louder. Why inconsistency becomes uncomfortable, not painful, just incompatible. You are no longer deciphering behavior. You are feeling coherence. And coherence does not argue. It clarifies. Men who encounter this often experience a strange internal pause. A moment where their usual impulses don't activate. They don't rush to define. They don't rush to seduce. They don't rush to withdraw. Something in them slows enough to feel choice. That pause is regulation meeting regulation, or regulation revealing the absence of it. And you don't interfere with this process. You don't push for answers. You don't force momentum. You don't interpret silence as rejection. You remain where you are. This steadiness is not passive. It is deeply active at the level of the unconscious. Because your body is no longer negotiating worth through response. It is no longer translating interest into urgency. It is no longer mistaking intensity for intimacy. And this is when something remarkable happens. Your presence becomes educational, without teaching. It shows what connection can feel like without pressure. It shows what attraction can feel like without anxiety. It shows what depth can feel like without collapse. Jung said that the unconscious responds to symbols more than explanations. Your regulated presence is such a symbol. It symbolizes wholeness. And wholeness invites either reverence or retreat. Both outcomes protect you. You are no longer proving safety. You are embodying it. And when safety is embodied, words become secondary. Promises become unnecessary. Intentions reveal themselves through behavior or disappear. Before anything is defined, before anything is chosen, the nervous system has already decided whether this space can hold truth. And yours can, because you are no longer trying to hold anything at all. And now, everything comes together quietly. You no longer need to ask why he feels it before any words are spoken. You no longer need to analyze the shift. You are the shift. Your regulated nervous system has become your deepest boundary, your strongest signal, your most honest language. It speaks before your mouth opens. It speaks through your breath, your pauses, your stillness. And it says something unmistakable. Nothing here is chaotic. Nothing here is desperate. Nothing here is unclear. This is why your presence feels like safety, but not comfort without depth. And why it feels like depth, but not intensity without ground. Jung believed that the ultimate task of the soul is integration. Not becoming more, but becoming whole. And this wholeness is what others feel around you. They don't feel dazzled. They feel oriented. They don't feel consumed. They feel awake. A man who encounters this does not feel invited to conquer you. He feels invited to meet himself. And that is why some step back. Because meeting oneself requires courage. It requires responsibility. It requires regulation. Your calm does not chase anyone into growth. It simply makes growth the only way forward. You are no longer creating safety for others by overextending. You are no longer creating depth by suffering. You are no longer creating connection by abandoning yourself. You have returned home to your body. And from this place, everything becomes simpler. You notice who can stay regulated in your presence. You notice who collapses into performance or withdrawal. You notice who feels peace and who feels threatened by it. And you do not need to judge any of it. Jung said that where love rules, there is no will to power. Your calm dissolves power games. It removes urgency. It removes fear-based attachment. What remains is either real connection or nothing at all. And both are acceptable to you now, because you understand something fundamental. Safety is not created by reassurance. Depth is not created by explanation. And attraction is not created by effort. They are felt before any words are spoken.